Welcome, everyone, to the Red, White, and True Show. You can find us at Red, White, and True 1776. Today, we'll be talking about a few articles. Every article we talk about will be in the description below. My name is Jason. This is my son, Logan.
Hi.
This is our first inaugural show on June 11th, 2023. We shall get started. Our channel will focus on faith, family, and fun. We will cover several areas, including what it means to be an American, far different than anything else. We're going to focus on America, what it means to be a conservative. We'll cover some Bible, some military. We'll do some survival prep. And what's on everyone's mind right now is politics. So we will cover a lot of those areas. Just to let you guys know, we love God, we love our family, and we love our country. So that's going to be the main things we focus on. And we would appreciate it if you like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the little notification bell. All those things will help us get to reach our audience with what we're trying to discuss. So, and if you guys have any comments on what we can do better, what you guys liked, leave your comments. And out of the gate, we're gonna get into like one of the biggest things that's happened in the last 72 hours. That would be the Trump indictment. Wouldn't you say, Logan?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's something I heard about briefly. I haven't really looked at it a whole lot. I know you said you had looked at a few things about it.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at some of the pictures on the internet and then also all the news organizations, what they're talking about, was it 37 felony counts, including 31 under the Espionage Act of willful retention of classified records. I mean, they're really trying to stick Trump as much as they can. I'm not sure if they're ever going to actually get the message that you can't stop Trump.
Yeah, I mean, the most you can probably get him for is trying to take off a mattress tag, even though the mattress tag clearly said it's illegal to take it off.
So true. So there's this article on Politico about the Trump indictment. We'll put the links in the description below. And it's got pictures of boxes in the bathroom and stuff like that. I mean, nothing as severe as what happened to Biden. Didn't they have classified documents in his garage, right next to his Corvette?
Yeah, they found a ton of documents in his house or garage, whatever it was.
Yeah, talk about not being secured. I mean,
Yeah.
The guy doesn't even know where he is half the time. And then didn't he recently trip over a sandbag?
Yeah, we'll have to get into that too.
Yeah, I mean, we'll touch base on that too. I mean, the current, I guess president, you can say, is kind of a laughingstock right now. So
yeah.
All right, so the Politico article we'll put in there. I'm just going to cover a few things. Logan will go ahead and get the description in there, and we'll get this in the video as well. So on Friday, a federal indictment was unsealed, charges former President Trump with 37 felony counts stemming from investigation into presence of classified information at his Florida estate and other locations. So, I mean, we all know the president has the access to classified documents. He also has the right, even when they leave office, to declassify classified documents.
Right.
There's no set procedure on when they can or cannot classify them. There's not even a procedure on how they have to file it as declassified. As long as they have it in their possession, they can make it declassified, at least to my knowledge. So I don't know how or what this is going to do. It seems to me, that our current political situation is weaponizing, FBI, CIA. They're weaponizing and they're going after opponents. Right now it's Democrats going after Republicans. And most clearly it's Biden going after Trump. That's how I see this.
Yeah. I mean, I think even when we go all the way back to when the FBI raided Mar-a-Lago, I mean, it was clearly, like you said, our politics are so weaponized right now. It's crazy that the current president would try to go after his probably his biggest opponent
Yeah.
right now, like he is. So I mean, it's
Yeah, and so this indictment that was unsealed, it says the 37 counts he faces potentially lengthy prison term. Each count of willful retention carries a maximum of a 10-year sentence. Obstruction charges carry 20-year sentences. False statements charge carries 5-year maximum. So, I mean, the Democrats are all giddy and grinning ear to ear like the Joker and Batman, thinking that, we finally got Trump. We finally got the Trump man. And, they think, he's going to rot in jail with all these counts. I mean, it's not going to stick. I mean, they're going to throw it like spaghetti on the wall, and it's just going to fall flat on the ground. I mean, they don't even know how to make pasta. I mean, we know Biden. All he knows how to do is eat ice cream, right? So, anyways, Trump is scheduled to make an initial court appearance in federal court in Miami on Tuesday, which is right down the road from us. We live in South Florida, so Trump will be about an hour and a half away from us. So
yeah.
Who knows? We may see or hear of him in our whereabouts here soon. So, and speaking about that, I wanted to get into the next article. I was reading some things, and I watched a few takes of The Five on Fox. Fox has a program called The Five, and Greg Gutfield's on there. And, of course, he's got a little humor, a little satire, and he was talking, because the Dems are weaponizing, the FBI and CIA, political figures they want to take down. I mean, and let's face it, they only want to take down Trump at this point, right? So Gutfield, I was reading this article, it says he wants to arrest all the Democrats. If it's going to be like tit for tat, if they're going to go after Trump, we might as well go after Democrats. So then in this article, is so funny, he said, I'll read the take. So this is what Gutfield says on this article. He says, it's not so much that the Biden family is a criminal family, because they are. It's that the media is so lethargic about the corruption. Nothing Trump. There's nothing that comes close to that the Trump family did. You wonder where Woodward and Bernstein are. And then he transgresses into this. But I have to say, turnabout is fair game. The problem with weaponizing things that have to be fair to all people, your turn will come. I'm not that interested in locking up Hunter or Joe Biden, but the other side would lock up every one of us if they could. So let's go. Let's take them out. Let's put them behind bars. And then Jesse Waters has all of them, Pelosi too, and Gutfield's like, all of them, every Biden. And then he turns on to Jill. He's like, Dr. Jill, I want her. She's not even a real doctor. How long has she been practicing on patients, telling them she's an actual doctor? And then the show kind of ends like that. So I just thought that Gutfield's take was, obviously, he's comedic. He tries to throw a little humor in there. Politics can be kind of like, drum. It can just be kind of like boring, from time to time. But I like his take on things. I think he's got his finger on the pulse. And, obviously, since Tucker left, Fox, there's no reason to watch Fox. But, every now and then I'll turn over to Fox. But, let's face it, Tucker was Fox, right? So
Yes.
Yeah. Leave a comment. Tell us if you're pro-Tucker, against Tucker. Tell us if you're pro-Trump, if you're against Trump. Tell us if you're pro-Biden. Actually, no. Don't tell us if you're pro-Biden, please. That's not our audience, right? So, all right. Next article, Logan. I think you got one on who's Trump's number one opponent right now?
Yeah, so Governor Ron DeSantis, the governor of Florida, announced
that's our governor, by the way.
Yeah. He announced he's going to run for the presidency in 2024, and apparently he is Trump's number one nemesis right now, and the Trump-DeSantis feud is turning vicious right now. So this article here says that a ruthless war between Trump and DeSantis campaigns is unfolding in increasingly personal terms, sucking in top surrogates and raising new skepticism about the likelihood of post-primary reconciliation. So I think Ron DeSantis is doing himself a disservice by running in 2024. I would have preferred him to wait until 2028 to run. But I mean, these feuds do turn vicious and they get very bloody. So I mean, we're gonna have to see what happens. I mean, I don't know a whole lot about how many blows have been from one side to the other. I don't know. Have you heard about DeSantis, Trump attacking each other?
Yeah, I mean, it goes without saying. I mean, these political candidates, they always want to take down the other person. And I think the way they look at it too, like at the end of the day, like you'll see these, political figures having dinner together, high-fiving, hugging, giving each other gifts, like going to sporting events, going to like all these galas and balls. I think at the end of the day, like there's no like bad blood. I don't think anyone actually wants to see people get hurt, with words, that kind of stuff. I think it's all part of the political game. And even negative news is good news, right? It's gonna get articles out there. It's gonna get engagement. You're gonna get people that look at this feud and they may or may not make a deciding factor. A lot of people who like Trump are going to continue to like Trump. A lot of people who like DeSantis are going to continue to like DeSantis regardless of what happens in this political landscape, right?
Right, yeah.
So, yeah, I think the sad part is, though, is when they start attacking, like, family members and that kind of stuff. Because there's no reason for it to get, to that level. But, yeah, it is crazy that Ron DeSantis is, throwing his hat in the ring. But, I mean, I can see why he wants to do it, being a Republican and being pro-Trump. I'm also pro-DeSantis because I live in Florida. I wish he would have waited till 2028. I think you already touched on that, right?
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
And plus, selfishly, we don't want to see DeSantis leave Florida as our governor because he's done a lot of things right. He kept us free during. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say it on YouTube anymore, but you know what I'm talking about. Over the last couple of years, we had some challenging medical situations, and Governor Ron DeSantis kept us all free. So. Florida has never looked better, and we have a great governor. So I know one day he'll be a great president, but I think going against Trump is probably the wrong move at this point.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
And you had that another article where DeSantis was going after the influencer vote, right?
Oh, yeah. So there's another article here from the Rolling Stone. And the headline here is DeSantis is scheming to steal the right-wing influencer vote from Trump. Let's see here. The Donald Trump and Ron DeSantis teams are fighting each other for donors, endorsements, and staff. But behind the scenes, the Republican rivals are competing on a different, unconventional playing field, the scramble to secure online influencers. So this is interesting that they're... DeSantis is trying to steal the Republican side influencers on social media from Donald Trump. So that's interesting. Let's see. The article continues here. It says, Trump has for years had an army of extremely online supporters, only too happy to engage in meme wars on behalf of the former reality show host. But sources tell Rolling Stone that Team DeSantis has tried to peel off influencers from the MAGA camp, offering access, in one case, to a job and buttress the governor's online army. So this is definitely interesting.
Yeah, I think it's about who you give your money to. I think that's what this is about. And, DeSantis has to get his foot in the ring. He has to, make a name for himself. Nationally, which I'm pretty sure, the South knows about him, but he wants to, make sure that, everyone in the country kind of knows where he's coming from. If he can steal some of the younger influencer vote, being on some of the social media platforms, I mean, more power to him. Good luck catching up to Trump. I mean, Trump's got a crazy, amount of support. I remember last election cycle, we had rallies down here, and you would see hundreds and hundreds of vehicles. We even had like boat rallies. You'd see hundreds and hundreds of boats out in the water that said, Trump, pro-Trump, for president. And then you would see, you would hear, actually, I never really saw a Biden rally, to be honest, but you would see pictures of a Biden rally and like 2 cars, 3 cars, maybe like 3 Adirondack chairs, and like 2 of them are empty, right?
Yeah, that's pretty much how it was.
Yeah, down here in Florida, I mean, I can't even say it, but I mean, there were flags that said Biden on it, but yeah, the word before it was not pro-Biden.
Yeah, it was more going after Brandon.
Yes, if you catch our drift.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. So, but yeah, I mean, these political figures will always try to get a niche one way or the other. So, I think the one article I saw on the agenda was well, before I get there, are you done with that article?
Yeah, I'm done.
Hey, have you ever like been walking down the street and you like, I don't know, lose your balance? I don't know, how do you say, fall or trip? And then what's like the first thing you do like when you trip, right? Like, I don't know, like me, like it's like I look around. Did anyone see me? Right? It's like is anyone around to like catch like my stupidity? It's like, did I just trip over my own 2 feet? I mean, I'm a human being. I've been walking since I'm like 12 months old, right? I should know how to do this, right? Like, I mean, and I kind of say that to lead into, have you seen Biden's like latest like fall memes? I mean, the guy just can't stand up.
Yeah, I mean, this is not good coming from our commander-in-chief. I mean, he fell up the stairs to Air Force One, and now...
Yeah, how do you fall up the stairs? I understand falling down, but falling up, that like defies gravity.
Yeah, I mean, he's got superpowers, I guess. But then, just recently, he fell on the stage of, Air Force commencement?
Yeah, some commencement speech for one of our military academies he was at. And when he was done, he turned and he fell flat down on his face. I mean, there was no grace. It was not graceful at all. And like I was mentioning, he didn't like turn around to see if anyone was there because there were thousands of people there. But he turned and pointed to one of the sandbags. It must have been keeping like a microphone in place. But anyways, I guess people will start giving that sandbag a name, right? Like what, like Tom Hanks gave the volleyball a name, in Castaway, right? So, yeah, what do you call that, Wilson? Yeah, I wonder what they're gonna call the sandbag.
Yeah, that'll be. I'm watching the video right now. That's really funny.
Yeah,
I mean, it's not funny, but it is funny at the same time.
Maybe they should call that sandbag Brandon.
Oh man,
that would be funny. Maybe we should start making sandbags and putting a Brandon sticker on it or something like that, right? Or
that'll be Jeremy Boring's new product.
You know what? The snake that don't tread on me. We should say don't trip on me, right? I mean, maybe he'll skip it. If we put a snake on there that says don't trip on me, maybe he'll actually see it and not trip over it. Yeah. Yeah, now we just gave all of our audience, an idea. They'll probably beat us to the punch and start making those things. So we got to hop on that. So,
yeah.
So don't you beat us to it. And if you have any ideas on how we can get that sandbag business going, please let us know. Give us some comments, let us know how we can reach out to you guys, because we're definitely interested in working together and partnering with other creators to help get the message out there. Yeah, and we'll put in the links to some of the pictures and videos of that Biden laugh, the Biden trip, because it certainly was a laugh. Yeah, you guys will enjoy it. So, I mean, we covered a few political things. The one thing I saw that was close to Florida, where did that article go I saw? Yeah, because we're in Florida. I saw this, or you actually had it saved up. I brought it up because I was like, so this article, and I don't know how much we'll get into this, but it says massive amounts of seaweed washing ashore in Florida contains, did you get that? Flesh-eating bacteria that can cause leaky gut syndrome. I didn't even know seaweed had flesh-eating bacteria. I mean, I know seaweed had like, was it sea lice or something like that in it?
Yeah.
I know some seaweed, people put, I mean, I guess you can dry it and eat seaweed. I don't know. I've never done that. I heard some seaweed like has weight loss components to it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it can actually increase your metabolism. But I've never heard of seaweed having flesh-eating bacteria. It's
Yeah,
kind
me
of
neither.
crazy. It's like zombie apocalypse type story.
Yeah.
So I'll just read a couple of the bullet points. It says the seaweed is called Sargassum. The seaweed blankets the beaches, which is thick brown algae emitting a strong odor. So I guess if you're walking the beach and you see seaweed and there's a strong odor, run for your life, right?
I guess so, yeah.
The seaweed interacts with bacteria and plastic debris in the sea to create what scientists call a pathogen storm. I think I've heard this before. Let's see. The article starts off with massive amounts of seaweed are washing ashore along the beaches of South Florida, which could be carrying flesh-eating pathogens. And I guess it starts saying that hotels and resorts are closing off certain parts of beaches so their patrons won't come in contact with it. Anyways, I thought the article was kind of funny. Well, not kind of funny, but just kind of like weird. We'll put those articles in the description. Again, this is our first show. We're new to this. This is something we've been wanting to do for a while. I know it's not perfect. It's raw. So help us watch our show, share it with people, like, subscribe, sign up for the notifications. We'll try to get content out. If not every couple days, we'll try to do every day. But at least every couple days, we'll try to put some content out there. And then we can really get better at this by the comments that you guys leave. So definitely leave some comments. Tell us what you want to hear about, and we'll try to incorporate that into our next episode. So stay tuned. And we don't really have an ending for this, so we'll just say it was fun. See ya.
All right. See you next time.
Adios.